There's an overwhelming amount of BKB counters this game. The Wukong's is going to be placed down. The physical damage from these heroes. Roar, Egg, and Curse, and a Cold Embrace. It feels like a difficult game, but maybe I have a little bit of a wrong read on it, but I'm going to have to look to see and be impressed somehow from Goon Squad, because I think Secret has kind of got the edge on this one by a significant margin.
Let's have a look. We have seen, of course, Limp pop off on his puck.
Yep.
But this, not necessarily the easiest game to do it, especially considering the lane and stuff. I guess overall, one of the pluses for Limp this game is that outside of the ultimates, only really got like a boundless strike that can kind of trip him up. So he should be able to freely jump around the place. And that has been something that you have criticized other teams for not having against the puck enough catch. This game, do you feel that is the situation? Or do you feel the ults are enough? Like the puck can still be dealt with, even though they don't have that sort of direct instant hex or stun on Secret's lineup?
They have the silence from the TA, like I was mentioning. The shard,
okay.
I
think that
actually,
will cause a lot of it.
It makes that a really big problem for the hero, of course, too. And also, I think sustain sometimes can be looked at as a bit of a, not like full counter, but can make puck make some more mistakes than usual sometimes. And I actually love Wyvern versus it. I've said it like multiple times. I've seen Tundra, they pick the Wyvern versus the puck multiple times because you just get the setup for multiple different things. Because you can curse and then prime the trap, pop it for the silence, or set up for a roar afterwards. And looking at lanes right now, I think the setup for lanes right now looks quite strong for Secret too. They have the Monkey King and the Wyvern versus double melee, so it looks really difficult for S4. And top, as we've seen a lot, you don't play around your summons or anything. You just play with axes, which can be a bit difficult for some of these heroes like PA, who can be squishy.
And we see it as well with the way they managed to grab the lanes round. We're going to have that entire wave denied from S4 there.
That's massive. And this is something that, Crystallis, this is his most comfortable hero. We always talk about his Razors and whatnot. It's because his Monkey King is banned most games in the past. This is his Grandmaster tier versus a double melee lane. So you can imagine he is feeling very happy.
See Poppy taking a bit of harassment here from the battery so, but he's fine. Was able to hold the creeps in a way that Crystallis doesn't lose any more underneath that tower. And in fact, he could look to pull those round again and look to set up for maybe denying another full wave from S4 if he wants to hold it in such a fashion.
S4 has to hold it as well too.
Yeah, they've got to match this, otherwise they're going to feel really bad on losing out of that much XP and gold on the bottom.
And what we're going to see is top.
In 5 size, it should be fine here. The Shadow Ball coming to an end. In fact, Aqua's taking a lot of damage on the way out to the burn of those Fire Spirits.
Zayat's playing incredibly aggressive. Lacking a little bit of regen up here. So one thing we're going to see at least play out in the mid lane is... oh my god, they actually got him.
Yeah, hangs around. And Aqua, he spends no time waiting to jump back in and pick up a very easy first blood.
Interesting. Let's see how the mid matchup goes up. I was going to mention it a couple times just because I think this comes into this, this is where TA is able to dominate now because you're able to get these constant stacks and farm it. And you can even push the lane in and take the puck's farm too. But Limp, he knows how to play this. Jumps in, steals some of that farm. Nicely done. He's even going to give it a tip.
Oh, a cheeky little tip.
Limp does this a lot. It's very cocky in the laning phase. Gives out those tips a lot. Seen the result of that double melee versus the Monkey King bottom though. Monkey King heavily dominating. S4 only having 7 last hits to the 16-11 of Monkey King. Zayat's pushing the limit again.
He's got dive, so it should be fine. But has to definitely respect that. Even for that early little bit of physical burst that Aqua will have when he jumps in with the dagger and the Phantom Strike. Again, just teasing with them. He's got dive if he needs to.
Ooh, an aggressive Shadow Word. That might be enough.
I think he's dead.
Yep.
They got him again. A couple of times now, this top lane. Zayat's
playing too aggressive.
He's got to be a bit more careful. Feeding away some good golden XP here to Aqua and Pexu. Same time down bottom. Starting to see the result of Crystallis getting as much farm as he has down here. He's already able to run down Hanskin. It will live though, Hanskin with the cogs drop down.
Offlaner is struggling for sure.
Gotta be careful how they play close to this tower. Really gonna have the full treads coming out, Crystallis.
S4 has no mana either, so he can't even Celestial Hammer backwards if they do commit onto him. But Puppy also low on the mana. They are scouting that since he's dewarding. And the lane will now start to push out a little bit. Zayat, although he died, he does get the reset, right? He gets to bring some regen, keep Ice a bit healthier. But yeah, 2 deaths top. Did not expect that to happen. Just playing a little too aggressive on this Phoenix.
Yeah, they are both very low mana now on Goon Squad.
Limp.
Yeah, it should be okay. It looks like just a bit of a bait hit. Set up for Hanskin to TP in. See if they've got enough damage to bring down Nisha. They've got him caught in the cog, and they do. It's a successful bait there from Limp. Nisha knows that he falls straight into Limp's trap there.
That was perfect timing, actually. Hanskin had just gotten back to base from healing from bottom, and that could have potentially been Limp dying, but because of that TP turnaround, they get this kill. That was very nicely done by Goon Squad. And top again.
I think he should. I think now that he should be fine with the regen, right? Yeah, he's got Tango going, the tower and the headdress. It will be just enough to save him. But living on the exiles,
which just means more pressure onto Ice because he's just getting constantly forced out on this Phoenix.
Yeah, he's gonna have to TP back to base from this one.
All right, playing the lanes very nicely on Goon Squad. Of course, bottom is struggling, but top and mid making some nice outplays.
Yeah, 42-2 against the 45 for 6. I think Limp's going to be very happy with the outcome out of this matchup.
And a nice play. He goes to check top rune. It's not there. Throws the orb initially already toward bottom, so he'll guarantee himself the rune versus this TA. Nobody helped Nisha there. Not helping him with the TP toward mid or helping him with the rune.
No, I mean, we did have sort of Puppy heading over, but not quite soon enough to get in on top of the rune.
So out of team play at the moment, I would say that Goon Squad making the better moves.
Now see the tree get cut. Crystallis, he's going to get caught in the cog. They'll kill him for that. So not only Puppy not able to get over towards the power rune to help out in time, of course means that he's left Crystallis vulnerable, and they know where he's hiding up on the tree line. They take him out. It's a 4th kill now in the laning stage for Goon Squad. They're at 1k gold already, 6 minutes in.
Very nice. Hanskin, he's being kind of the difference maker right now. The 2 supports, or the Warlock securing the lane for the PA. And this Clockwerk with his rotations, yeah, very nice.
Yeah, and on the other side of things, I think just a bit of a slow start for the supports of Secret. Puppy and Zayat's not off to the flashiest of starts in their lanes.
No, and Nisha actually misses the Ancient stack just now. He tried to use his trap to get the stack going, but it actually does not aggro them. And they have no stacks whatsoever because the result of what happened top, right? If the Phoenix was playing a little bit more defensive, then he'd be able to back up and get stacks going, but they have 0 stacks for a TA. I think Goon Squad have to be very happy with the results in these first 7 minutes. Bottom. Another kill.
Yeah, Limp with that rotation. Puppy as well having to back off. I mean, they're looking very, very good here in these first few moments. Limp with these rotations coming out. Has 2 times back-to-back the Crystals died down there. In fact, that was pretty quick. He's not going to have TP back up, is he? Yeah, still on cooldown for 35 seconds. So feeling even rougher there for Crystallis.
And now there's a Solar Guardian that can come out too. So Secret has to be careful of any lane that they really do pressure because they could just get outnumbered. I'm seeing Hanskin going back to base. He's not even really low mana or low health too much, but he's prepping for the next move already. I'm loving Goon Squad's just preparation of this early game to understand how to counteract any pressure. Rune. This time Secret will get something. Nisha does get that arcane rune.
And they're bringing TPs over. This looks like it's just for the refill of the bottle of Limp. 20 seconds until he has the Dream Core top lane. As the setup for the Solar Guardian to come in from S4 and take out Ice. Goon Squad just continuing to get kill after kill here. I mean, nearly touching up to a 2k lead, 8 minutes in, 6-0. It really doesn't get much better than this for Goon Squad, especially considering some of the laning situations that you may have expected with the heroes we have here. Goon Squad, they're having a better than expected time here on the lanes.
Yeah, and I was kind of not really anticipating how much the Warlock would do to counteract the aggression from Fire Spirits and Axes, but honestly, Shadow Word is really just making sure that Aqua can free farm, stay full HP the whole time, and Pexu's actually about to be 6 on the Warlock already. So very good levels. Very good pretty much everything in the early game.
Yeah, we'll need to get his mana up a little bit, but yeah, if he's got that ready to go, it just suddenly opens that top lane up as well to be a very appealing spot of the map for Limp to make a movement into. You know, Dream Coil into the Golem. They've got great ways to fight Secret on all fronts here right now.
Yeah, and even like Warlock isn't usually a traditional kind of ganker, but if he does have the 6 this early, which he does, he could even TP mid if he's got mana, of course. Yeah, he'll be able to drop it.
Clarity and also Arcane Ring. That's going to feel very good.
Yeah, so he will soon be able to have the mana to be able to counteract any plays, maybe even make an aggressive play either on either of those side lanes. Side lanes, I say, mid lane and bottom lane.
Still throughout this all though, Nisha. Farm is solid for him.
He's got some stacks now to work with. It's going to get scouted by Hanskin. He knows they're giving the mid lane to the Phoenix, so the TA only has one likely position to be in. Yeah, very good start to be in when you have that PA. As we're mentioning, PA sometimes I've been noticing it doesn't really get online in most of these games. This is one where I could definitely see the PA getting online then. Mid lane again. Is there any backup for Nisha?
They're heading over, but they're going to struggle to try and get him out of the cogs. Refraction comes to an end. They've got a little bit of a heal with the Stone Ray, but the golem gets dropped. That's Nisha gone. Zayat dives into the high ground, but the Fatal Bonds are already there. A Shadow Word also able to be thrown out in time by Pexu, as there's that movement, as you said, coming towards the mid, dropping down a huge ult here with that early level 6, getting the double, and maybe even looking for more as Limp. He's got his sights set on Puppey. Puppey will be able to get over into the trees. Looks like he'll have enough to dodge this. In fact, Limp is kind of on target with the angle that he's going for, but he won't be able to chase here as there's no vision around. Doesn't quite know exactly where Puppey is, but Puppey does indeed not have a TP, so we'll be stuck in this bit of an awkward spot of the map.
Is it a ward into a suicide or something that's going to be for Puppey? We'll see. Witchblade super early already done for Limp, as of course we've anticipated most of the times, as he can just continue to play aggressive with the rotation onto Nisha.
That's a move top. They're in with the hook shot. There's the setup. They'll get the kill. They can look to try for the supernova, but no, Aqua actually jumps in aggressively there, maybe thinking he'd get some hits off, but he can't. He'll have to back off, dive forward. Aqua may just die for that. He does. They will get the kill onto Zayat, but a little unnecessary there for Aqua to die as he tried to jump in to help out. But it wasn't needed at the end of it all. Maybe Secret could pick up another kill here. Back on towards the mid. They'll get the jump over towards Pexu. Secret finally able to get some kills themselves on the board.
Squad's still being so active, though. They're constantly bringing so many numbers to each of these lanes. So 10-3, 2K advantage. I think that they're still very happy with everything that's going on. I don't think Secret's as far behind as it really looks like, though. I think they're still in a pretty comfortable spot, but amazing early game right now for Goon Squad. Setting up PA for what's looking to be a pretty decent timing on Battle Fury. Already has almost 2 components done. And they're just feeding Limp, right? Like every moment they can. They TP mid, fill his bottle, make rotations for him. Just make sure that this puck is able to keep his presence on the map to be able to match any aggressive moves.
What?
Another rune.
And scared. He's able to come with a hook shot, and he's going to almost certainly die for this. They've got the cold embrace of the Sunray trying to keep the TA healed up. But Nisha, he'll still die. They'll get the trade, they get out. Limp able to pick up the arcane rune as well.
The attention that they're putting onto Nisha is massive. Like, they know that Nisha's been kind of the standout right now for Team Secret, so I think exactly what they're doing is perfect. Just continue to pressure, continue giving Limp this amazing game. I think they're going to TP mid on the Clockwerk and fill his bottle again. Just keep him healthy, keep him being able to play aggressive constantly.
Now, this does mean, Aqua's sort of been left on his own. I mean, Secret probably want to try and make some sort of aggressive attempt on towards the PA, because Aqua's getting good space top right now.
But it's tough, right? To be able to make those moves toward Aqua when the puck is just full HP, full mana the entirety of this first 12 minutes. You know there's going to be a counter gank. And he has Arcane Rune. Was utilized, but now he's got Dream Coil up again for the next move. Just constant aggression, and they have Stolen Guardian, so they're gonna have the number advantage unless Secret has the initial number.
And they've got the Golem right, Pexu.
They do.
He's ready to TP up their TP off cooldown in 1 second. He's ready to go top if he needs to. They're starting off the fight. Handskep. And with the hook shot, Cogs down to split Secret apart. Nice. They look to be in a lot of trouble. Ice will turn with the roar on towards Pexu. And Pexu's fine. The heals are coming in from the Solar Guardian. They're taking out the Supernova. Ice will fall. Chrysalis tried to get involved in this fight. He's going for the TP out. There's nothing to stop it. So he'll be lucky to get himself out of that team fight. The Goon Squad are able to bring. The Goon Squad once more getting themselves 2 kills, getting their cores involved, continuing to buff up the gold of Aqua towards what will be a pretty darn good Battle Fury timing this game.
It's amazing how fast that they're collapsing on these heroes. It's just never slowing down. Nobody's sitting back and really farming too much. It's always an aggressive move coming out from Goon Squad, and it's catching Secret completely off guard. Secret only had 3 heroes there. Goon Squad just brings 5.
Sit on the replay once more. How things started off. And Chrysalis was looking for an opportunity to try and fight here from the sidelines. Did get the Wukongs down. I mean, at the end of it all, they were able to kill Pexu. The damage was already done. The Golem was dropped, meant that they could secure the kill on Ice. And just a little bit of a silver lining that Secret did end up with Chrysalis surviving.
Yeah, but if they had number like Secret, if Puppey's there, perhaps they can actually get that successful egg coming off, because 3 heroes were tag teaming hitting it. But Puppey not in the right position this time again. And Goon Squad continue to take advantage of it. They will look like they're going to lose their tower top, but an amazing early game with the PA on your squad. And they even have a really cool pickup from Pexu, an item that's kind of forgotten, not played with too often. Veil, an amazing game for it. He's playing with Puck, he's playing with the Solar Guardian, with the damage that comes from the Dawnbreaker as well too. It's a really good choice to get when he has it this early too.
Yeah, boosting up that magical damage output that your team's going to have. It's going to make it feel even rougher when Puppy's trying to look for those Cold Embrace saves, because highly likely the heroes are just going to get shredded through it.
Makes his way bottom, gives his PA some mana to continue farming with. A fantastic start for them. And now, whenever the next move comes up, Solar Guardian's going to be back up with the coil. So Secret looks like they're going to have to just hesitate a bit and just sit back and farm, but with the advantage that Goon Squad has, the PA is very happy with this.
Now what we got here, Battle Fury.
He's got it done.
It's going to be done. 15 minutes or so, Battle Fury on top of the Orb of Corrosion and Treads. Aqua's going to be very, very fine with this.
All right. Did not anticipate such an explosive opening from Goon Squad.
Obviously having the benefit of S4 being on the Dawnbreaker, Aqua knows that he can get away with farming in the riskier spots. Highly likely that S4 is able to join globally.
Mid lane.
See the setup here onto Limp. The Guardian heal is there, and Limp, he's going to get the chance to jump out of this one. He's fine. He'll get away. So that was the curse on the Raw. Not quite able to secure the job. Limp survives.
It's all about Limp, right? Just make sure he's fully healed, fully ready to go. They walk to mid, heal him back up.
And that is the thing, that is the catch from Secret. If they want to try for Limp, they do have to use the ultimates. That still doesn't make it feel any less bad when they don't get the kill. And now back over towards the mid. There with the Starbreaker, Cold Embrace ain't gonna do anything. They've got the magical Zeiss gets taken down. Hansken trapping Nisha in the cogs. The Golem's been dropped.
Buyback.
See the buyback from Zeiss. Wants to get back in and be able to use the Supernova. S4 will fall. Nisha able to get the double. Chrysalis chasing out Pexu to the back of the fight. Nisha has been healed up by the Sunray. He will survive this fight. Secret able to keep the important cause alive. Zeiss did need to buy back for that, but it makes it worth out for completely there, saving Nisha's life. And this time, Secret finally able to find a team fight where they're the ones to come out on top as they hold each other alive.
The battle of enabling your mid laners is what I feel like this is kind of the entirety of this game. It's just like Nisha's probably yelling, "Help me!" While Limp is probably saying, "Back me up, fill me up." And this is pretty crazy how fast the moves still continue to happen. But Nisha somehow still at the top as this TA.
Yeah, it's good farm.
But it's tons of space. Aqua is probably so happy, right? His team is just making aggressive moves all the time. There is no pressure on him whatsoever this game. Already 13, on his way toward his BKB. His timings are going to be pretty insane.
Of course, for Chrysalis with his Echo Saber into the BKB, he's got much heavier reliance on getting involved in the fights, really, to get the goal to be in any comparable spot to Aqua right now.
Yeah.
And those fights have been hard for Secret to find. We saw, obviously, with that last one, Secret able to keep things held in a good spot for them.
But it costed a buyback.
It did indeed. So, could be tough for Chrysalis to catch back up to Aqua this game.
Hansken going to be going for that Vessel. So more things to counteract the heals that are coming out from both the Wyvern and the Phoenix. And also going to be very nice pre-BKB versus that Monkey King. Should have it in any few moments. And S4 already has BKB too, so hitting some phenomenal item timings.
What sort of build S4 wants to go for beyond the BKB? Not a bad game for the Aghanims. Evasion is going to do a whole lot to save his allies if they get focused by the Monkey King on the TA.
It's more of a support build, though. I think the core is you usually want to turn. You want to be your own items.
Or bashes, or
this is a good halberd game. I saw they did queue it up for a second.
That's true. So. That's true. That will make things feel pretty sad for Chrysalis in particular. And there we go, straight up.
And versus Nisha, right? Like Nisha's kind of the real carry, right? So the halberd's always going to be really nice. Now TA has Shard, so Limp. He has to be a little bit more careful. He's been able to play pretty reckless because, as you mentioned, the stuns were quite limited. Just has to watch himself versus these silences on the floor. So far, very well done, though, by Limp. As we said, it's kind of been the battle of the mids. Who has more backup?
Secret maybe preparing for Goon Squad to make a move towards this area of the map that Chrysalis is pushing out.
He's spending a lot of time in the trees. During all this, I haven't seen Charlie really sit back or Aqua sit back at all, just like waiting to farm it all. He is constantly hitting creeps. That's definitely some downtime for Chrysalis that you're going to see reflected in his net worth.
Goon Squad, They are heading towards us, but it did look like Secret were sort of intending for this move to happen.
They just ran away, though.
They did. I guess they didn't feel confident to stick around long enough to really make the move it looked to be that they were setting up for. I mean, Curse is going to be used on Hansken. Will get the kill, but now Puppy's got the run. They've got the trap with the Dream Coil.
He is very dead.
No, there's going to be no further fight to be had there from Secret. It was a little strange because it did look like that's kind of the move that they wanted Goon Squad to make. They were smoking down, moving to be behind him. See, they've got the trap silence, and that will do it. I mean, this is the strength that you talked about here for Nisha, having that shard, having that silence.
That's a huge kill, too. 40 seconds. They could potentially even threaten a Roche with Beastmaster, with TA, with the Deso charges. Let's see if they try for it. It is versus the Clockwerk, who's going to be respawning soon. They're thinking about it.
It could be risky with the hookshot opportunity from Hansken to put things to a stop, and there's still the chaotic
and Golem
offering up.
Yeah, exactly. So they are hesitating. It was getting scouted, so Goon Squad also on the same page. Always a threat that they have to watch out for. And yeah, the traps, now this is going to be a big thing. How do they weather the storm of the traps to protect Limp? Because he doesn't have anything to actually dispel himself at all.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Yeah, looks like his answer is going to be going for the E-Blade.
Okay.
So he can at least protect himself from the physical damage output that follows during the silence, that if the shards do catch him when Nisha's trying to punch in.
It's a ways away, though. So he just has to play more careful. They have to play kind of relying on sentries on the floor.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Smoked up.
Overall, Aqua's farm still looking very good. BKB's done. He's on the way towards the Dessa next.
Tower is under attack.
Level 16 as well, too.
Goon Squad, they're on the hunt. Crystalis is a little split from the rest of the team.
Eskin, he's just running in.
And he's going to tank the Raw. Silence is out onto Limp. Now we'll still be able to jump out to the side. Hansken also able to back away. Only for a little bit of time, though. As the jump's still in there. Trap laid down. They will kill Hansken.
They're constantly pinging the Roche, thinking about it. Especially when there's not a scouting function from Rocket, but looks like someone makes the executive call, let's say.
It's still difficult. I mean,
Nisha keeps kind of thinking about it and pinging it, but I'm sure Puppy's like, no, not yet.
I mean, it's risky. Yeah, sure, as you said, Clock's not there, but the team fight, it still is. Dream Coil, Golem, Solar Guardian, and of course Aqua at a point where he is ready to jump into the fights, especially when he knows Raw's on cooldown.
And Nisha, honestly, Nisha doesn't have BKB yet, so Nisha is still at threat of dying if they can get on top of him.
Yeah, he's very close to it. Very close to having it done.
Pretty close game so far.
Everybody back up. And both teams definitely feeling content with sort of having these periods where their cores are farming away. And Goon Squad, they don't mind waiting for sort of Aqua to get that Deso. He's got the level 18. So once he has that Deso done, huge amounts of physical burst against pretty much any of these heroes.
Yeah, they're always content with farming. Even though, as you mentioned, there can be some intense scaling that can come out from Secret. It's not like Goon Squad doesn't scale when they have this type of lead, when they have a PA under no pressure.
Secret's going to smoke into the rush. There's a rocket flare heading over, so Goon Squad are going to know about this pretty soon.
No BKB on Nisha yet either, so
it's hard to commit for this. I think they took a bit of a risk there with the smoke. Maybe if it wasn't to be scouted, they would have gotten a chance to do this, but now that Goon Squad's seen it, Secret know they can't try for it. They take a chance there to see if they can sneak it with the smoke. Doesn't work out.
Kind of an interesting one, though, because no one's showing in lanes at all. So it feels like for Goon Squad, that's an easy read that they're going to try to go for something like that when literally nobody's showing anywhere else.
Dire are scanning.
Maybe feeling in a bit of a better spot to force it with the BKB on Nisha. They'll smoke up again, Secret.
Yeah, BKB on both the cores. They want to try to find Aqua because they haven't found him a single time this game.
Let's see how good Aqua's awareness is here. It's good.
Yeah.
He's out. He's out and away, ready to rejoin the team in a good time as well. Clears this camp. That's going to be Deso done. So now Aqua hitting this very, very scary power spike.
He can almost one-shot the supports in the back line, so Puppy has to be super careful of his positioning. Trap to lead. They see Puppy, though. Puppy in a very forward position.
I mean, Limp's just going to jump Puppy straight away. So they can take Puppy down. They can. They'll use the roll to hold back S4. And they'll take down the Dawnbreaker, but Aqua, he's onto the back lines, committing it onto ISS. He's ready to put the BKB. Aqua continue to fight. Head back into the Wukong's command, not going to have to jump back over to safety, though. In fact, Nisha is going to be able to catch him. Oh, that's to the side blade off the cogs there, I think. to finish that one off. As that's a triple kill for Nisha, and that was not the fight that Aqua wanted to be walking into. BKB and Deso, he was ready to go. Secret saying no, they shut him down. He was not able to have the impact that he hoped for there.
Perfect egg. Nisha doing all the damage, but the control, you saw Aqua was kind of panicking because the egg's about to pop and stun him in the area. He couldn't finish Ice either, but my god, Nisha, that was a beautiful, I mean, we need to see the last
just
side blade.
damage? What happened towards the end?
I think that was a side blade hit.
It was a side blade, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'll see it here again. Already a bit of an awkward spot. Aqua trying to commit in.
Look at this egg. I thought this was a perfectly placed egg because they also can't commit into the fight at all, into Wukong's and the egg, and then watch this side blade.
Here we go.
Oh, it does not get better than that.
Range as well there, feels like that, Cogs.
He's like, oh, thank you. Thank you, Hanskin. You know, thank you very much.
Yeah, I mean, Nisha is definitely keeping this game in a very good spot here for Secret with how he's carrying from the mid.
As he has been for a lot of games this tour. He's been kind of the consistent best player over and over again, and now on his way toward MKB, so he'll have a better solution versus that PA, and quickly the gap is starting to close.
And Crystallis, ready to get him with the BKB. Here's some more action out of this one. Hanskin will jump in with the Cogs. Hit them up for now. See a buyback come out from Pexu, but Hanskin's already dead. Lim trying to jump away. Nisha, he's looking to chase it under the tier 2. Couple of hits with the side blade, then he gets low. Off to the side, Aqua. He's trying to commit on Ice, but the Cold Bridge keeps Ice save. The curse locks down S4 and Aqua. Aqua taken down. S4 trying to swing him with the Starbreaker, but he can't even finish off Ice. S4 has to run away.
Massive fights back to back.
And the trap there, offering a bit of slow. Nisha setting up for the rest of the team to be able to run down another, take out S4. An explosive few moments here from Secret. Now shoot them far ahead, 6k lead, taking the tier 2s. And Nisha, he's very, very close to having the MKB complete. And for all the farm that Aqua has, it very much seems that in this sort of matchup, Secret, it's a terrifying fight for him to turn up to. Aqua is going to have a real struggle fighting this.
It's very difficult when you're playing into these many BKB piercing stuns, right? And they are quite tanky whenever you're playing versus Beastmaster. Everybody's a bit innately tankier because of that Helm of Overlord aura.
That's a full set of barracks here, 26 minutes in for Secret. They've got more than enough push.
Oh man, and the game is just completely exploded. Puck nowhere, how much closer actually to the E-Blade? Okay, he's about to have it done, but 2 times now, Limp shows up, gets silenced, and now he's got to deal with an Orchid that comes out from the Monkey King, and also these traps that have just been tripping him up time and time again. Secret have hit their stride.
Nisha, still 2.5 minutes on the Aegis.
He is a monster.
So,
level 22.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Good talent for the Meld Dispels. Didn't get to talk about it because I think he gained like 3.5 or 4 levels in the last few moments after those team fights, but versus Warlock, that's always going to be one of the most valuable. So E-Blade's done, so Limp does have at least some way to stall and protect himself for a bit, but it's a lot of silence, a lot of control now for him. And MKB is done now for Nisha.
Oh, what's the fancy new graph we've got here?
Look at that massive growth.
Yeah.
Oh my god. In 3 minutes, they get a 15k XP lead and a 10k gold lead. For all the goodness that they did in the early game on Goon Squad, 1 or 2 mistaken fights, kind of breaks their whole lineup.
That's Pexu. He's not going to get over the TP.
Uh-oh.
As Nisha,
45 seconds.
Few hits, he's gone, and yeah, they need everything for the defense. No Warlock, no Golem. And that's about the fortification. Secret, still with a minute left on the Aegis of Nisha. They won't be going anywhere.
Full Bloodthorn now on Crystallis too. Amazing versus PA, great versus the Puck too.
Looks like they're just going to get the second set of racks. That little bit with the E-Blade off to the side.
Oh, he cut the tree. But Crystallis will be just fine. As Hanskin burns to death.
They just can't stop him. They really can't. It doesn't feel like it, at least. They're 29 minutes in. A second melee Rex taken away from Goon Squad.
I'm sure Aqua's even telling his team, he's like, I don't, like, what's the next item gonna be in order to be able to try to fight back versus this? Because his BKB, his timings were all good, but as soon as he turned up, Secret get the fight together. Because they do have all those BKB piercing disables. Now the map has shrunk significantly. These traps placed all over the place. It's tough for Goon Squad to sneak out at all. S4, he spotted.
Oh, Nisha's got a DD. In he goes. Nisha out into the kills. 11, 3, and 8. Level 23. Very much showing that, you know, if you want to be like pretty much every other team at the moment this patch and pick that puck first, Nisha, he'll happily pick the TA mid, and he'll have a much better game.
Yeah, even though they put so much attention onto him, right? They literally filled Limp's bottle, what, 7 times at least this game, it felt like. They kept going to the mid lane to try to counter gank, but...
No, Nisha didn't care.
Nope.
He didn't care at all. He's walking away with the game here.
What does he have? Almost a full Satanic, it looks like, soon. My goodness. And yeah, now the game just gets super difficult. You're playing versus Beastmaster with the Hawk constantly scouting outside and the traps, as we mentioned.
Oh.
Anyone who steps out gets found.
Aqua, he's gone in with the BKB. The Raw's there. They'll try and back him up with the counting offering.
Oh.
We'll be able to jump out to the side, get him away from the Wukong's command, but S4 still falls in the front lines to the ultimates.
Bit of a weird curse there by Puppey. I'm not sure if he misclicked. I think he clicked the Golem instead of the PA. Either way now, Aqua, no BKB. I believe Secret can just continue this push toward bottom. BKB is on cooldown for Nisha, so it does have to be a little careful, but he's got backup of his team.
And even just having that little bit of life steal makes him such a tough hero to take down if they don't have the control.
He'll play calm. He'll wait for his Satanic to finish, and then they can just wait to go for that final push. Also, Curse back up in 45 seconds. There's no rush now at this point.
Very, very difficult for Goon Squad to step out of the base right now. Down 17k. I mean, Aqua, only the real one with any sort of semblance of farm here. And still, even at that 4k behind that of the Secret's mid, Nisha. And on top of that as well, the fact that he has these core items for the PA. But definitely those concerns coming to light that you sort of saw yourself, you know, from the draft, that even if he does get the farm, it's not an easy game. In fact, it's a very difficult game to try and carry as the PA against Secrets.
Absolutely. As anytime somebody steps out, as we mentioned, they're just spotted. And I saw they did buy a gem a couple minutes ago, or a minute and a half ago or so, for Limp to be able to deward stuff, but you still get found. Okay, he finds himself a Puppey.
A little bit of a freebie there.
Okay.
Of course, no surprises there on the timing. Nisha picking up a new record here with the time of the Satanic.
Only 3 matches, though, where TA's bought Satanic.
Yeah,
it's not the most common item.
It's not the most common on a TA, right?
No.
You're normally playing for on this hero to just build up the physical burst rather than just being able to take these drawn-out fights.
But they do so well in these drawn-out fights because the way they have their, you know, so many different heal functions, and it's not like he's the only carry. He does have the secondary.
No,
he is the main carry.
Like he's at a point, Nisha, where he can go in, be at the front, tank a lot of stuff, heal up through it, and not really have any sort of care. So Satanic working out perfectly, you would imagine, in the next few fights. We're going to see a very, very hard to kill TA.
A long Roche respawn. 3 minutes. So some time for Goon Squad to be able to get some control maybe back of the map. But they have to now move. They have to quickly move into this area because they can't scout too well into that Roche. They have the rocket every couple seconds, but they cannot let Secret get the next Roche. If Secret gets the next Roche, the game is over. So Goon Squad has to play in this area. Level 25 on Nisha.
And on the side of Goon Squad, very much seeing a huge slowdown in the progression of Limp and S4.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like it was years ago when we were saying S4's just picked up the BKB, but that's still all, you know, there's not been any progression after that now.
They lost consecutively 3 fights.
Yeah.
Right after they did pick up those BKBs, so. And Limp, of course, like he couldn't, sure he's only got 2 deaths, but you can feel how afraid he is to jump in versus these traps.
Oh, Nisha's in.
Whoop.
He was looking for a chance there for Hanscam, but Hanscam will save himself. Jumping in, I mean, he'll force out the BKB from my side. We'll happily turn with the roll onto Pexu. See them jump the backlines. Aqua's trying to get in on this for the BKB. And jump forward over towards Puppey. Puppey's going to be able to get out the side safely. That's Aqua taken down. Curse there from Puppey to control him. And by some protection with the Evil, but it comes to an end. Triple kill for Nisha. You just can't get anywhere close to this TA. Nisha walking out the fight, full HP as well. They spend multiple buybacks here, Goon Squad, but they're not able to do anything with them. 4 buybacks here there from Goon Squad, and there's no fight for them to have.
Did you see how fast Aqua died to the TA? He jumps in, tries to focus fire somebody, and then just 3 hits, I think, from Nisha cleans him up. Good God.
They're going to smoke up here, Goon Squad. I mean, this very much could be the final fight. If they lose their heroes now with the buybacks used, it will be GG. So they're going to give it this final shot.
No BKB, though, on Aqua.
It's a huge risk.
Nice, nice, nice. He's just going to show his face.
I mean, do they really want to jump this? They'll give it a shot. They're going to reveal themselves here. Hansken will hook shot forward, but S4's already out of the game. They've got the roar onto Hansken. The 2 of them out of there. The rest of Goon Squad, the best they can do is run. Already Aqua is getting chased. Will be able to jump out with the Phantom Strike. He'll live. I mean, they're still hanging around Goon Squad in the river. Pegsu just drawing the attention of Secret away from the push, maybe just buying time for the rest of his team to respawn. Nisha should have this, though. Link up in a second as he's on point. He should get the kill. Ooh, nice little hiding spot, but it doesn't matter. Trap's down. Nisha knows where he's hiding.
And they'll find Limp as well, too. Nisha, the monster. Aqua did find the Phoenix in the backline, though. Did get himself a nice little kill, level 25 now. It's scouted, though.
I was going to say, there's no way that, yeah.
No.
The trap's there. Trying to maybe go for a clutch steal, 2 versus 4. They're going to go for the fight, but Puppy's got the Eon disc ready. Turns around, drops the curse. Nisha, he's lining himself up with the big hits for the side plate. They will be able to get Aqua out to the side. Does pick up a double damage rune. He's all alone. Roars up. He may have got the BKB out, but Nisha, with the true strike of the MKB, takes him down. GG is called. Secret will take this game 1. It was a decent start for Goon Squad.
It was a very good start.
Looked nice. It looked like they were going to have a bit of hope in this, but Nisha said no, and that